So you're using Helium 10 or Viral Launch or Jungle Scout to find your products to launch for your Amazon FBA business. Now let me ask you a question. Do you ever see that little thing, usually on the top right of the Chrome extension, that either says opportunity or product idea score, and it gives you a rating, maybe a star rating for Helium 10, or in Jungle Scout it has the opportunity score where you try to, you know, go for the 9s and 10s, and in Helium 10 maybe you're looking for something that has 4.5 stars or 5 stars because you think that's going to indicate the fact that you found a great product that meets all of the criteria. Do you ever reference those? Well, I'm here to give you a little bit of truth about those things, and if you should actually be looking at them as an accurate metric to find your Amazon FBA products, and if that can actually lead you to more trouble than not. So let's talk all about it. Let's go. Hey, it's me, Karina. Welcome back to my Amazon FBA channel. Before we move on, I want to offer you a free product research sheet. You can download it. It's going to help you validate and verify your Amazon FBA products. It's going to tell you exactly the steps you need to go through, aside from just looking to those basic numbers that you see initially. Make sure to get your copy down below. It's going to help you with your product research. And before we move on, do click subscribe and the notification bell for helpful videos all the time. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's discuss opportunity score and the product idea score, or whatever else the software's name that, okay? So although it seems like it's going to help you, and kind of, I know Jungle Scout gives you an opportunity score, and it tells you kind of like the 9 and 10 products are of high demand and low competition, right? And then Helium 10 gives you a star rating. Those can actually be quite dangerous. I've been doing product research for a very long time, and I've been kind of glancing over to them just out of curiosity, right? But I'll tell you that it's not really something that I use to identify if a product is going to do well for me or not. There's so many metrics and so many things you have to study about a market that's just beyond the screenshot itself or just the numbers, that I feel like that really doesn't help out a lot. They don't take a lot of things into account. Most of the things that go into finding a good product actually are done after you look at the numbers. You have to study competition, you have to study seasonality, you have to study a lot of factors. And if you base it off of those statistics, of the opportunity score or whatever they're called, you can land yourself into a lot of trouble by not going through all of the details. They use some type of algorithmic system. I'm not exactly sure what factors into it, but I know that I've seen some things, and it goes both ways. So I've seen good products that have a low opportunity score or a very low star rating that actually look like very good, credible products. And if you follow the metric and you think you need a certain star rating or an opportunity score, you might miss out on a lot of products. And conversely, the same thing. Some markets are actually terrible, and then they have a really high opportunity score or a high star rating, and somebody will literally go and get into that product because of that. I've actually had people like DM me on Instagram @IntoAmelia, you can follow me there as well, or on, you know, my email, and they ask, hey, like this product has a great opportunity score or a good star rating, so I think it's a good product. But then when I look at it, and this seems to be the case for a lot of them, it's just a completely oversaturated market with really, really high reviews. And that's the thing, and I wonder, why don't they take into account the fact that the market is so oversaturated with reviews? Again, I know it's just kind of a metric to help guide with product research, and they probably for sure don't intend for it to be like the sole thing that people base their product research from. But a lot of people really take that into serious consideration and give a lot more weight to the actual rating that needs to be given. It just doesn't make any sense. Some markets, even on Viral Launch, have 4.5 stars. And I feel like they're very lenient with giving away those stars, so they have a really high star rating, but their reviews are literally in the thousands. So maybe the revenue is good, and a lot of the times what else I see is that products have very high revenue. So let's say like 200,000 a month or something like that, and there's brand dominance, which means maybe 2 or 3 sellers on the first page are the ones that are taking a large portion of the market, and they're getting all the sales while everyone else is trailing along with barely any revenue, and the product idea score is still very, very high. And I mean, that's kind of not good, because if you do get into the market, first off, it's going to be very difficult for you to rank to the top due to the, it's going to be impossible for you to match the sales velocity. And also, I mean, you're not going to get a good share of the market because 3 sellers for whatever reason have it. So, if you want to kind of look at that as a reference, that's fine. But don't put a lot of weight to it. Don't say that, hey, this is going to be really accurate, because there's so many factors to consider with product research. And stable revenue, that's kind of on the lower end, profitable but still lower, because again, remember, to get to the front page, you have to match the sales velocity of all the people there, of the top sellers, and that's hard to do with a low budget, right? So you have to check for market stability, that all sellers have a good portion of the market attributed to them. They're actually selling well, they're not selling crazy numbers, the reviews have to be low, the price has to be profitable. You have to study seasonality and trends and what you can improve on, and just a algorithmic based star rating isn't really going to add much value to that. So really be careful when looking at that. Don't take it as seriously as it is. I know some softwares, like, it costs more to get that, and it's just good to glance over it, but it's nothing that I would, again, add that much weight to. So really take that into account, and don't forget to download your free product research validation sheet down below. All my links are down below, and I'll see you in my next video.